It's been over 8 years since The Witcher 3 released, and in these 8 years, it has existed in my mind as one of the greatest games ever made. The immersiveness, the setting, the music, the characters, and finally the storytelling all come together to make a game that pulls you in from the very first moments. Today, we're diving headfirst into the mesmerizing world of Geralt as we discuss why The Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt is not just a great game, but why it might just be one of the best games ever made. That's right, we're going to explore the captivating narrative, the breathtaking world, and the depth of choice that make this game an absolute masterpiece. So fasten your seatbelts because we're about to embark on a journey to find out why The Witcher 3 is CD Projekt's Magnus Opus. And as always, welcome to the Yamanote Express and thank you for watching.
Fate chose for me.
Not from Velen. Where you from?
Kaer Morhen. Kedwin.
It's a Geralt of Rivia himself, the Butcher of Blaviken.
Give me a bottle of something strong.
Brave warrior, looks like. Got 2 swords, see?
We going?
I'm a witcher. Heard you wondering about my swords. Well, one's for monsters. The other for humans.
When it first came out, The Witcher 3 took the gaming world by storm, effectively dunking on highly anticipated games like Fallout 4, which was a monumental task for developer CDPR at the time. The Witcher 3 is a powerful work of art and has very few flaws that have uncovered themselves over the years. Despite this and what others might say, it will continue to live in my mind as a masterpiece that is yet to be touched. Now I understand it may not be everyone's cup of tea, and I might be sounding a little bit biased right now, but I'm here to tell you why The Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt has a legendary legacy that it deservedly gained through its storytelling and many other aspects. If you have played it and were to think of one thing that stands out to you most about The Witcher 3, what would it be? The characters, the world building, or perhaps something else? Whatever it may be, I'm sure the storytelling is something you considered, because in The Witcher, the storytelling and writing is immaculate. The main quest line is expertly crafted, and there are quests such as the Bloody Baron quest that have many intricate layers and complex choices. But before we dive deeper into the storytelling, it is crucial to quickly set the stage and understand the state of CD Projekt Red when this game was unleashed upon the world. Back in the early 2000s, CD Projekt was a relatively small game development company known for localizing Western games for the Polish market. They were ambitious, but not yet a household name in the gaming industry. Their fortunes changed with the Witcher series. The Witcher and The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings gained attention for their deep storytelling and somewhat engaging combat. Gamers were slowly starting to take notice. Around this time, CDPR operated like a small indie developer with AAA ambitions. They were laser focused on making a great game that would one day change the industry. It was with the announcement of The Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt that truly put them on the map. This open world RPG promised a vast, living, and breathing world filled with incredible storytelling and monstrous challenges. The gaming community was intrigued to say the least. And do we even need to be reminded about the insane trailer that was released to announce the game? Well, we don't, but I'm gonna remind you anyway. However, CD Projekt Red was facing financial struggles. Development costs for The Witcher 3 were skyrocketing and they were in dire need of a hit game to keep them afloat. They had a lot riding on this one, and the pressure was immense. Then in May 2015, the game was released. It was an ambitious project and many wondered if CD Projekt Red could live up to the hype and deliver on their promises, and boy did they deliver. The Witcher 3 set a new standard for storytelling in video games. It combined intricate world building, complex character development, and moral ambiguity, creating a narrative experience in a role-playing game that is nothing short of extraordinary. From the hundreds of side quests to the mainline story, it grips the player and gives them the opportunity to not only experience the story, but to influence it. One particular quest at the heart of this achievement is the Bloody Baron quest, a perfect example of how the game's storytelling takes players on a roller coaster of emotions while tackling deeply human issues. The Bloody Baron is one of the most complex and morally ambiguous quests in The Witcher 3, as it explores themes of family, violence, loyalty, and redemption. It also showcases how Geralt's choices can have far-reaching consequences for himself and others within the game. The quest is widely praised for storytelling, characters, and atmosphere. In the Bloody Baron quest, Geralt is in Velen, a town run down and bedraggled by war. He is tasked with finding the Bloody Baron's missing wife and daughter in exchange for information regarding Ciri, Geralt's adopted daughter. At first glance, it may seem like a typical search and rescue mission, but as the quest unfolds, players descend into a spiral of a dark and twisted story. The narrative evolves into a morally complex tale where choices have consequences that can't be simply labeled as good or evil. The quest is CDPR at its best in storytelling. I would argue that no other quest that CDPR has ever made in any of its various games comes close to how great the Bloody Baron quest is. One of the standout features of this quest is its character development. The Bloody Baron, a man initially depicted as a ruthless and cruel figure, becomes a multifaceted character with a tragic past. Players are invited to explore and discover his history, motivations, and the heartbreaking circumstances that led him down a dark path of alcoholism and abuse. This deepens our emotional connection to him and challenges preconceived notions of what makes a character good or bad. Players will either grow to like the Baron as a vulnerable man or hate him as an evil abuser, and this is what makes excellent character writing. Any character that is able to draw such polarizing opinions regarding them is a well-written character. There are many examples of this in other fictional works, such as Thanos in the Avengers or the Joker in The Dark Knight. Furthermore, the Bloody Baron quest masterfully explores themes of domestic abuse, addiction, and the consequences of one's actions. Essentially, the player will discover that the Bloody Baron's wife, Anna, and his daughter, Tamara, ran away from home due to his alcoholism and abuse. However, the Baron only drank alcohol and became abusive when he found out that his wife was pregnant with another man's child. As players delve deeper into the story, they find themselves making difficult choices that directly impact the characters and the narrative outcome. This level of player agency in shaping the story is a hallmark of The Witcher 3 and contributes to its storytelling brilliance. The Bloody Baron quest is a microcosm of what makes The Witcher 3 an exemplary storytelling achievement. It defies simplistic notions of good and evil, challenges players to grapple with complex moral dilemmas, and fleshes out characters in a way that feels genuinely human. This game showcases how video games can be a medium for mature, impactful storytelling that rivals the depth of literature and film. The Witcher 3 sets a new benchmark for open-world game design. Except maybe its over-reliance on the minimap, which is discussed in detail in a video by YouTuber Rasputin. From the bustling cities of Novigrad and Oxenfurt to the war-torn swamps of Velen and the majestic Skellige Islands, each location tells a story of its own. What truly sets The Witcher 3 apart is the attention to detail in every nook and cranny of this world. As you traverse the mud-covered paths of the swamps, you'll find abandoned huts, overgrown ruins, and eerie fog-covered forests. Every location feels like it has history, a purpose, and a unique atmosphere. The level of immersion it offers is second to none. The Witcher 3 is nothing short of a visual masterpiece. The character models are incredibly lifelike, and the facial animations convey emotions in a way that few games can match. The landscapes are a sight to behold, from the sun-kissed fields of Toussaint to the hauntingly beautiful Skellige. The attention to detail in the art design, whether it's armor and weaponry, the architecture of the cities, or the breathtaking sunsets, is simply awe-inspiring. The game's dynamic weather and day and night cycle add another layer of immersion. Watching the sun dip below the horizon as you traverse the world, or witnessing a storm roll over in the sea, is an experience that stays with you long after you put down the controller. And let's not forget the creatures and monsters that inhabit this world, each of them brought to life with the impeccable design and animation. Now I know day and night cycles are common in the video game industry, but the day and night cycle of this game just sticks with me, especially the cities at nighttime. They are beautiful. The Witcher 3 is not just a game, it's an immersive experience that transcends the boundaries of traditional gaming. With its captivating storytelling, breathtaking world, well-crafted characters, and deep moral choices, it has set a new standard for what a video game can be. The game doesn't just provide entertainment, it provides an emotional connection with the characters and the world they inhabit. The attention to detail, the countless hours of gameplay, and the sheer scale of this masterpiece is an indication of the dedication and passion of the developers at CDPR. So when we ask ourselves, what's the best game ever made? It's hard to look past or at the very least consider The Witcher 3. It's a game that sets a new standard for storytelling, world building, and character development that other games and RPGs can only aspire to reach. It's a game that not only entertains but also challenges us to think about the choices and their consequences. In the end, it's more than just a game, it's a work of art. The Witcher 3 has left a permanent mark on the gaming industry, and it's a game that will be remembered and cherished for generations to come. CDPR achieved what they initially set out to do, all while cementing themselves as an elite studio in the industry. If you haven't already experienced the magic of The Witcher 3, I implore you to do so. It's a gaming experience like no other, and it truly deserves the title of the best game ever made. One last thing that is important to talk about is the characters in The Witcher. Often in other RPG games, you are given a character customization screen where you can build out your character however you like. You can see this in Bethesda games or even FromSoft games. In The Witcher, however, you are given a character, Geralt, who is arguably the best RPG character ever. If there are any other RPG characters that you think are better than Geralt, be sure to leave a comment and let me know. Geralt is a multi-dimensional character. He's not your typical hero with a one-dimensional personality. He's a monster hunter, but he's also a father figure, a lover, a philosopher, and a deeply conflicted individual. His rich backstory and personal struggles make him incredibly relatable. It's not just about Geralt though. The supporting characters in the game are equally well crafted, from Yennefer and Triss to Ciri, Dandelion, and the rest of the crew. Each character has their own personality and contributes to the overall richness of the story. That's all for now. Thank you for watching, and as always, welcome to the Yamato Express.